I love Hanoi. I love Vietnam.
It was afternoon when we took off from Terminal 2 of the Kempe Gowda International Airport in Bangalore for Delhi to catch our Vietnam Airlines flight to Hanoi. We have arrived at Delhi and our flight to Vietnam is around 11:30 in the night. We've just checked in at the Vietnam Airlines counter and we are on our way for the security check.
We had taken an e-visa costing around $25 and check-in and immigration was smooth.
We took off from Delhi in the dead of night and after a good vegetarian meal settled down to catch some shut-eye.
We woke up with the plane already in Vietnamese airspace and getting ready to land in Hanoi.
It was our first time in Vietnam and we were looking forward to exploring this gem of Asia. We have just landed at Hanoi airport after a 3.5 hour flight from Delhi. Morning, welcome to Vietnam.
Good morning.
We have landed in the Hanoi airport about 20 minutes back and
Cherry.
this is Cherry who will be showing us the beautiful city of Hanoi.
This is Cherry is the tour guide in Hanoi, Vietnam. Hello.
Yes.
Xin chào Hanoi, Vietnam.
Can you just tell me very briefly a little about the city? Well, 2 minutes.
Hanoi, welcome to Hanoi City, my city. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam. Hanoi City is not too big city, very very beautiful city. The people also nice, the food also very delicious, the weather is very nice. Hanoi number one. I love Hanoi. I love Vietnam.
Thank you. What is this area?
Here is the Tàu Giấy district. It's one of very rich and very big district.
Posh area.
Yeah, district of.
We checked into our hotel named Silk Path, located centrally in the old quarter area of Hanoi.
First up was a visit to the Temple of Literature, which is a temple to Confucius. It is also the first university of Vietnam established in the early 11th century.
We're very proud because of this University of Asia. Asia. Remember
Okay.
that Asia. And the building at the 11th century. And this in 1070 years ago. And this school just only princess and the prince of the and loyal children coming here to study because.
If you are in Hanoi, you should not miss visiting the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, the final resting place of the legendary Vietnamese leader Ho Chi Minh.
Within walking distance from the mausoleum is the One Pillar Pagoda, one of Hanoi's iconic temples. It was built by Emperor Li Thai Tong in the 11th century. The original structure was dynamited in 1954 but was completely restored in 1955 by the Ministry of Culture of Vietnam.
It was now time for some Indian vegetarian food at a restaurant named Mazi.
After lunch, we hopped onto a cycle rickshaw for a quick tour of the historic Old Quarter of Hanoi.
As evening approached, we spent some tranquil moments at the Ho Kim Lake, a popular place with locals and tourists alike.
Water puppetry is a traditional art form of Vietnam, and we watched a fascinating show at Tha Long Water Puppet Theatre before drawing the curtains on our first day in Hanoi.
Today we are going on an all-day cruise to the famous site of Hanoi.
One of the main reasons why tourists come to Hanoi is to visit the Halong Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we were excited to visit it.
So we've reached the Halong Bay International Cruise Terminal, and you can board your ship from over here.
Hi, today we are excited as we are going to board a cruise and we are at Halong Bay.
There are so many boats over here, so we'll be going to the last one, which is the Ambassador Cruise. I'll have to hurry. I had to go back because I thought I'd left the phone. Experiencing the wonders of Halong Bay aboard the Ambassador Cruise is wonderful. Stay tuned for a detailed video about the cruise on our channel.
The cruise takes you past many of the iconic limestone islands.
We left the cruise liner on a smaller boat to visit the Sung Sot Caves, also known as Surprising Cave.
We spent some time on the sandy beach of T-Top Island before returning to the mothership.
After a sumptuous lunch on board the Ambassador Cruise, it was time to take the boat to visit the Lawn Cave. We explored the serene beauty of the Lawn Cave and Lagoon on a bamboo boat, which made for a thrilling experience.
As the sun went down, we were back on the ship to spend some memorable moments before heading back to Hanoi.
When we got back to Hanoi, the night was still young, and we had to head to the famous Hanoi train street. We were lucky to catch a train whizzing through the street. We are at the famous ceramic village of Batrang, which is about 30 kilometers from the city of Hanoi. This place, which is no longer a village actually, has been a center of ceramic pottery making since the 6th and 7th centuries.
because it was on the trade route. The goods went all the way to Japan, China and other places from here. You can see the beautiful ceramic ware, and there are many shops around here.
We were back in Hanoi and grabbed a quick Indian lunch at Namaste Hanoi before catching a flight to our next destination, the seaside city of Nha Trang.
Xin chào. Hello.
We checked into the boutique hotel located near the Nha Trang beach and looked forward to exploring the city in the morning.
I'm heading towards the beach. It's early morning. I was hoping I could catch the sunrise, but it's cloudy. So it's not raining right now, but as you can see, the roads are wet and it must have rained in the night.
Nha Trang is a popular international tourist destination because of its beaches, amusement parks, resorts, and scuba diving opportunities.
We are on our way to the Ponagar temple, which is a very important place for the people of Nha Trang. It is a 7th century temple that belonged to the Cham dynasty. A few steps take you to the Ponagar temple.
Though it is not known who built the original temple, later inscriptions associate the temple with Cham kings like Satyavarman Harivarman I and Jayavarman II. The temple was originally dedicated to Uma and Shiva.
This is a unique temple which houses Parvati and there is Shiva, and there are smaller temples to Ganesh and Kartikeya as well. What is really unique is that both Hindus and Buddhists worship at this temple, which is about more than 1200 years old and was established by the Cham Empire.
We paid a visit to the local market called Dam Market or Cho Dam Market. Incidentally, Vietnam is a good place to shop if you are passionate about it. After a brief rest at a hotel, we made our way to the sailing club for lunch. We loved the location of the place, which was right beside the beach.
We are in Nha Trang and we are on our way to this amusement park and safari known as Wind Wonder. It's a 7-minute speedboat ride from the mainland.
रहे भैया, बहुत देर।
मेरे पे ही भी बैठो। Winpearl is a complete destination for families and promises loads of fun, frolic, and adventure. After an Indian dinner at the Ganesh restaurant, it was time to pay a visit to the night market of Nha Trang. We reluctantly bade farewell to the beautiful city of Nha Trang as we flew to our next destination, Ho Chi Minh City, previously Saigon.
Hello, welcome to Ho Chi Minh City.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome.
After an early lunch at Mama Masala, we were ready to explore the wonders of Ho Chi Minh City. First up was a visit to the Independence Palace, also known as the Reunification Palace. It was built in 1962 at the site of the old palace.
We are now in Ho Chi Minh City and we are going towards the Reunification Palace, one of the landmarks of the city.
Now the first room I would like to show you here. This is the cabinet meeting room of Saigon government.
In 1975, a pilot of the South Vietnamese Air Force and an undetected spy flew an F-5E aircraft and bombed the palace, but could not cause any damage. A few days later, a tank of the North Vietnamese army crashed into the palace, signifying the end of the Vietnam War.
The Central Post Office of Ho Chi Minh City is a magnificent structure that blends European and Asian architectural elements.
We are now going inside the post office.
Here is the central post office in Ho Chi Minh City. This is also the biggest post office in here because we also have many post office smaller. And this building was built in French time, 1886 and finished in 1891 with all the material import from France to Vietnam. Look like now we stand with this ceramic and you see the steel, the paint, color, the lamp, all import from France to Vietnam at that time.
Another heritage building right opposite the post office is the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is modeled on the one in Paris. However, it was being renovated and we could not see its full magnificence. Memories of the futile but devastating Vietnam War came alive in all their horror at the War Remnants Museum.
In the evening, we had dinner at a traditional Vietnamese restaurant called Home Saigon, which is located in the home of a former president.
After dinner, it was time to view the Ho Chi Minh City by night, and the sight was truly resplendent.
It's early morning in Ho Chi Minh City, about 6 o'clock. The city is still waking up, and I've come out to capture some vignettes of the early morning life in the city. We are staying in this upmarket area in a hotel called Paragon. And
Okay. So now we are in Thiên Ho Temple. Thiên Ho, who is she? Thiên Ho is the sea goddess. Look like the guardian of the sailor in the ocean.
We drove to the harbor at a place called Mai Tho on the Mekong Delta, some 80 kilometers from Hanoi. We would be exploring the islands of the Mekong Delta by boat and the traditional hand rowed boats called sampans.
The Mekong River is one of the longest rivers in the world and is called Tu Long in Vietnamese. This literally translates as river with 9 dragons.
Cruising along the Thoison Canal in a hand rowed boat known as sampan was quite an experience.
We are at the Mekong Delta. The Mekong Delta consists of many islands. Right now we are at one of the small islands which also has a restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Mekong Taste. We got here by this boat after visiting a couple of islands. After that we'll head back to the main town adjacent to the Mekong Delta.
After some lovely experiences, it was time to bid farewell to the Mekong Delta and head towards Ho Chi Minh City.
We visited the local city market of Ho Chi Minh City, known as Cho Lan Market, one of the largest markets in the city.
अब हम एक लोकल मार्केट में पहुंच गए हैं। यहाँ पर कपड़े से लेके जूते सब कुछ मिलता है। तो आप कभी भी आएं हो chi minh सिटी तो इस मार्केट में ज़रूर आएं।
It was now time to bid farewell to Vietnam as we flew to Hanoi to catch a flight to Delhi and from there onwards to Bangalore. We left Vietnam with bags full of memories of the beautiful country and its lovely people.